Morning. It's Monday. Feels like a while since I've done one of these. I think it was Friday, but it feels longer than that. So, yeah, it was the summer solstice yesterday. If you're in the northern hemisphere, winter solstice for those in the Antipodean and other southern regions. And I wonder if that means anything to you, other than it being the longest day or the shortest day. I wonder if if you've noticed any changes in energy or changes in your approach or anything like that. I felt quite low energy this weekend. I'm not really sure why, but perhaps that's starting to shift now. And it's all about the men, it's all about the dads for the next couple of days on Pathlight Thrive Hive. So yesterday was Father's Day, and again, I wonder how that made you feel if you are a dad, or if you have a dad or had a dad. What does Father's Day mean to you? How does it make you feel? How did it make you feel yesterday? I noticed some mixed emotions yesterday. Normally I'm not really one for these celebrations like Valentine's Day, Father's Day, that type of stuff. But it's always nice, I find, to spend the day with my children, and they bestow homemade cards upon me, which is lovely, and celebrate being their dad, which is, I was about to say, the best job in the world, but it's not a job. I don't see it as a job, but yeah, fatherhood, parenthood, probably the most rewarding role that I can think of. Probably also the most challenging role as a human being that I'm aware of. But a wonderful learning tool and a wonderful sense of unconditional love. So yeah, really enjoyed my Father's Day, being with my younglings, and yeah, got extra hugs, which felt lovely. But like I said, kind of feeling low energy this weekend. Maybe it's to do with the solstice, the moon, whatever, I don't know. And also tinged with sadness. Because I had a dad as well. And he died a few years ago. And I felt some sadness yesterday, which I don't normally feel on a Father's Day. But just around the fact that he's not here anymore. And I miss him every day. And it saddens me that he's not in the lives of his grandchildren as well as myself. So I felt that sadness, and I wonder if I felt that this year because a couple of weeks ago I did some talks about my relationship with my dad on Pathlight Thrive Hive, which was very emotional. And maybe that has unlocked some grief, which I'd been holding back on, and that was present yesterday. So yeah, bit bittersweet yesterday. Sweetness with my younglings, and sadness that my dad is not around. At least not on the earthly plane. So that was my Father's Day. And today is International Men's Mental Health Day. And I don't think it gets very much press, this particular day, Awareness Day. But I think it would be good if it did. Morning. I think it would be good if it did, because us men generally are not the best about talking about mental health, not the best about talking full stop about feelings and stuff. And that's one of the reasons why I do what I do. Lots of men suffer from mental health issues. Lots of men take their own lives mostly because they haven't talked about their mental health issues, because there's so much stigma around it still. I believe it is lifting. I do feel that it's getting more normal for men and humans to talk about mental health. But the more we can do to promote talking about mental health, especially for men on this awareness day, the better, I feel. So tonight in the Pathlight Thrive Hive, we have Mick Cullen joining us from the Dad Matters charity, which is all about supporting dads in the prenatal and perinatal phase. So as they're leading up to becoming dads, and after they have become a dad, supporting them with their mental health, and also giving them some tools, increasing awareness. Mick will tell you all about it. I used to volunteer for Home Start, which is the charity that is the umbrella charity that covers Dad Matters. So it's going to be a good chat tonight with Mick at 8 p.m, I believe. So yeah, for yourselves, I wonder if you are a man, or if you have a man in your life, a dad, a husband, perhaps you can talk to them today. As it is International Men's Mental Health Day, International Father's Mental Health Day, I should say, perhaps have a chat to them. Maybe open up a conversation about their mental health, and just be curious about how they respond. It may be, oh, we don't talk about that. Oh, I'm fine. Or it might actually start up a really useful conversation, and you and they may learn something or express something which they haven't actually vocalised before, which could be the start of them getting some help. It's good to ask for help. So, yeah, I suppose from my own experience, morning, I haven't always been the best at asking for help. Good morning, Laura. Yeah, it took me a while. When I was suffering a few years ago, it took me a while to actually do anything about it. It took me a while to acknowledge there was a problem. That's always the first step, is to be honest with yourself and acknowledge, yeah, there's a problem here. I am struggling, and that's okay to struggle. But I suppose with many men, there is a feeling that it isn't okay to struggle. We've got to be strong. We've got to be the one who holds the fort whilst all around is tumbling down. But we're human beings. We are human beings, and we're delicate. I think a lot of men like to project this image that we're tough, and we don't do emotions, we don't cry, we don't struggle in any way. We can do it, we just need to try harder and we'll fix it. But there comes a point for many, if not all men, where you can't try any harder. You can't fix stuff anymore. And you need to hold your hands up and say, actually, I need some help. And that to me is not a sign of weakness, that is a sign of strength. Saying, yes, I need some help here. So I invite you to have a conversation this morning or at some point today with the dad or the man in your life if they're not a dad, and just ask them something around their well-being, their mental health, and just see what you get back. You never know, it might start a really crucial conversation. So I shall leave it there for today, and if you are around at 8 o'clock, come and join the lovely Mick to talk about dad matters, because dads do matter just as much as mums, you know, and men's mental health and the support that his charity can provide. And maybe we'll get into stuff around the role of men as well in modern society. Okay, so have a good Monday, and if you do have a conversation with a dad or another man in your life, maybe you can share in the comments or write a post about what happened. I'd be interested, especially if there are any good news stories about people opening up for the first time. So yeah, enjoy your Monday. Hopefully catch you at 8 o'clock. And tomorrow, Man Tuesday. So again, if you're a man, 6 o'clock on Zoom. Come along and have a chat about mental health or relationships or pandemic anxieties or whatever is going on for you. Just a non-judgmental space for us males to gather and have a chat. All right, take care. Bye.